So I took action. I was working at a fruit packing plant and I was miserable working there for 30 days. I had pretty much learned everything I needed to know in that 30 days as far as my job description went. There was no room for improvement as far as bringing myself value in the marketplace. The compensation was the best word to describe it. The compensation there was pathetic, for a lack of a better word. It was rather pathetic. I still was able to save some money up. Today, I resigned. I quit. Uh, I had stopped by this landscaping place at least 3 times to show my interest and my desire to learn as much as I could on everything I could learn from a landscaping company, from snow removal to driveways, um, because it relates to my overall overhead objective goal, which is to start a business that will eventually trickle down to multiple different things, such as snow removal, landscaping, plumbing, HVAC. The list goes on. I was terrified. I didn't know if I was making the right decision. I asked a woman's advice, and she told me that I should stay because it was a source of income. I chose to ignore that advice and go on my own instincts. I was miserable bitching about being there for a month, roughly about a month, with little to no potential for growth. Then it was time for me to move on. Because as far as what I know, you only get one life. And if there is a God or an afterlife or all that, that's all good and well. But I wouldn't bank on it. So, working for a company like that is like you being in the back of a car while somebody else is in the driver's seat. Business owners are in the driver's seat, and you're just along for the ride to fulfill their purposes, to save them time so they can profit off of you. Bare minimum that you're willing to accept. My time is more valuable than money. I would rather work for free for somebody so long as I am being taught and mentored properly. It's an investment. Since I can't pay somebody to teach me, I give them my time, the most valuable commodity that there is, because it's something you will not get back. So why sell it for dirt cheap? If I had stayed there for another couple of months, I would have made $13 an hour. And instead, I chose to quit and resign at lunchtime. And I was done. I was done being in the frozen ice box all day. I was done blowing my nose, hacking up green stuff, dealing with negative personalities, watching people come and go, uh, doing the same redundant thing, one singular thing all day. Watching people be fired. I mean, think about this. If you're a supervisor and you're fired, you're not going to use that job as a reference because you were fired, right? You're not going to say I have managing experience, but I was fired. What makes you think that next employer is going to want to hire you? Say honesty is the best policy. Well, you know what? I believe that self-incrimination, unless you're backed into a corner and it comes up, it's not even worth mentioning. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember that these businesses have options. They have a wide venue of people who are always applying. And the more people that are employed, the better the job, the more prestigious. It's just like being a kid. Do you want the big slice of pizza or do you want that shriveled up, crusty piece of pizza over there? You tell me. You know what I'm saying? So, I went against advice because it was bad advice. I knew I was miserable there. I knew I didn't want to be there. I knew it wasn't for me. I knew my time was more valuable than what they paid me for it. And I held myself accountable by not tolerating it. So I saw an opportunity, I grabbed it, and now I work for Rupert Landscaping, professional. They have a whole garage dedicated to just fixing the lawnmowers, all the tools, maintenance on all the trucks. They have a special room where they rotate in and out the snow plows and the big salt containers. They repaint them or restore them or what have you. They maintain it. They maintain the winter equipment in the summertime and vice versa. All their trucks are universally the same. Their trailers are the same. They're professional. They're professionally dressed. They have 401ks. They have benefits. They have dental. And they have an open book policy. So for a young entrepreneur such as myself, it's a great opportunity to learn. I'm not going to personally share how much they've made in revenue this year, but I'm just going to say it's pretty damn good. Do things the right way. They stick with one particular thing. They're good at it. They're flexible. They communicate. Excellent company. I was very impressed for once. And I'm looking forward to it. I start Wednesday. Had I taken that bad advice, I would have been stuck sleeving those containers all day, making $10 an hour, being called a retard in Spanish and pendejo and all the rest of it. And I guess the retard will be making $5 to $10 more an hour now. Thank you. So if anybody's out there that want to take a risk, take the risk because people will admire it. Nobody likes the guy on the fence. You're either there or you're not. You can talk about it. Goals are good. It's better than having none at all. But after a while, you just have to act on it. Stop by a bank. I'm set up tomorrow for 2:00 appointment. I'm going to roll my gonna bring my Transamerica 401k from Asplin Tree Company, roll it over to my bank account. So I'm gonna talk to him about options for a first home in the range of $150,000. I have my last 2 years of taxes were 17, 18, 2017 to 2018. And I'm working on it. I took the risk and it worked out. So I had confidence. I knew I could do better and I will do better. And it's only uphill from here in a good way. Don't waste your life.